Okay, the topic of discussion is Conor Benn, alias the Destroyer, alias the son of Nigel Benn. Where do we start with this one? First of all, I will say this. I like Conor Benn, likable young man, and it's just a guy that has got a very successful father in Nigel Benn and wants to follow in his dad's footsteps. And when that happens, there's a tremendous amount of pressure that comes on your career because of what your father did. The epic fights against Chris Eubank, the way he knocked out Iran Barkley, went to America, got off the deck against Doug DeWitt. His fight with Michael Watson, fights with Steve Collins, fight the most brutal fight I've seen in a British ring with Gerald McLennan. Those things. Two-weight world champion, WBC world champion, and I think it was WBO middleweight champion. Fight, of course, with Chris Eubank Sr. That's what we know of Nigel Benn. So now we have Conor Benn, the junior, the son of Nigel Benn, making his mark in the world of professional boxing. Of course, historically, there hasn't been yet many fathers that have been very successful in boxing and sons that have come behind them and have been more successful than the father, right? So in Floyd Mayweather's case, all his family were boxers, but none of them were successful as Floyd. So then we've got the reverse, that Chris Eubank Jr. and then Chris Eubank Sr. Chris Eubank Sr. had his career very well managed. And I think if Chris Eubank Jr.'s career was as managed the way Chris Eubank Sr.'s career would have been, there's no way Chris Eubank Jr. would have fought Billy Joe Saunders when he did, because Chris Eubank Sr. would never have taken that sort of a risk at that point of his career, which is what he put his son in. So, then we got Julio Cesar Chavez Sr., and we've seen what Junior's done. We've seen Joe Frazier Sr., and we've seen Marvin Fraser. We've seen Layla Ali, but we've seen Muhammad Ali. Do you understand? There is siblings, or not siblings, offsprings never seem to be as successful as their father. That's what it seems to be. But anyway, that aside, I believe Conor Benn gets unnecessary stick because of the comparisons of his father. That's the first thing. And if he didn't have his father's name, I don't think anybody would really be that. Conor Benn would just be another fighter. That being said, he is exciting. With Conor Benn with is not him, but how he's gonna get fast tracked. You can see the way this is going, that Conor Benn is gonna get fast tracked. You can see it because they've done it with so many other fighters. Try and stick this guy into being a pay-per-view fighter. I'm gonna take you back to one fight. I don't care what else Conor Benn's doing at the moment. Take you back to this one fight he had in his record. And it was a fight against Cedric Paynoid. That fight, that Cedric Paynoid fight, the fight where he got dropped and got rocked, and he had another fight where he got rocked as well. And this is at a lower level. If you're getting dropped and you're getting rocked and you're getting your eye busted at lower level, not even British title level, and you're getting rocked and you're getting dropped, it doesn't bode well at world boxing level. It doesn't. And Conor's been training very hard. He's in the gym, he's working hard, he's been training hard. He's always very passionate about the sport. I don't think the media did him any favours. Sky Sports did a horrid job with him in his last fight. I think they're asking about him being away from his family. These stupid questions asking him. I just walk past him, to me. I don't pay them no mind. Because the same guys are asking questions, the majority of them have never boxed before and never taken a punch in anger. That's the thing. And those who have taken a punch in anger should know better. So, for me, you see, with Conor Benn, you can see where the excuses would be already. Should he lose, if they push him too fast, too hard, the excuses are, oh, well, my old man lost, you know, he lost against Michael Watson, you know, I don't come back like the old man. No, Michael Watson beat me. Michael Watson was a class fighter. Michael Watson beat me. He beat him. He came back and he became world champion. So why can't I do it? You know, that's the script that's being already put out there. Ben's got a new trainer. Ben's gone to the States, blah, 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 blah. But, you know, if he's going to fight the way that he fights, you know, he's going to have to get a better defense, because if he gets hit in the chin by guys who can punch, you know what's going to happen. And there's only so much you can brawl, have a tear up before somebody who's a bit cuter, who can punch hard and can take your best shot and can come back, or slip your shots and come back, hit you and knock you over, and you don't get up. Do you understand? And it's the level. And it's not like Conor Benn had an extensive amateur background which he can rely upon when they try to fast track him. Look at Josh Kelly, was meant to be a successful amateur, and look what happened to him being fast tracked. How many guys get fast tracked and then get hammered? Conor Benn's on that same track now. They're sticking against Samuel Vargas. You know, it's only a matter of time. Only a matter of time. But one of these nights where the fast track goes all wrong, I'd like to see him. You see, people may laugh when I say this, but Deontay Wilder's career, in terms of how he was managed, and he was an Olympic bronze medalist. I said, yeah, well, you know, he's fed a whole load of bums. Okay, whatever. Guy's become a world champion, defended his title 9 times. More than most champions. Defended his title 9 times and made a good living from it as well. He'll go in history as defending his WBC belt 9 times. It's a fantastic thing. That's a long reign record. There's some heavyweight champions that never have only had the belt, hold the title once, made 1 defense or 2 defenses, and then getting beat. You understand? So the thing about the Deontay Wilder thing is he got the opportunity to learn of older guys, of experienced guys, learn your trade, really learn your trade. Forget the fans. Forget the fans. The fans are fickle. And ultimately, if you can fight and if you're winning, fans will have a winner. Fans don't want to know about a guy that gets knocked out, because they'll put memes about you and they'll move on to the next flavor. Fans are fickle. Fans are fickle. So forget the fans. Build your career nicely. And then when you're in there with the big fights, if fans can't fight for you, they can pay your tickets, to watch you fight. But you also can't watch a guy just keep getting beat. You understand? And there's more pressure on you because you are the son of Nigel Benn. So you have to do things in accordance with that. So I would rather see Conor Benn take a steady rise into world level and really go down British. I don't think Benn ever won a British title. Benn was Commonwealth champion. Benn was world champion. He never won the British title. I don't think even Frank Bruno became British champion. So I think if Conor Benn could go on and become British champion, that would be good. Coming from his background, British champion, Commonwealth champion, European champion. Let's see him go down that route. But already stick him in with guys like Samuel Vargas. And for me, you know, he might get past Samuel Vargas, but you know, he stick him in and say, "Oh, he's world level fighter." No, he's not a world level fighter. He's not a world level fighter. I'm sorry. He's a good prospect who needs to keep developing himself at British level. You know, I still think he should fight Josh Kelly. That's a good fight, because Josh Kelly. We'll see if how Ben works for a guy like Josh Kelly. That'd be nice. That's still a nice fight, regardless if Josh Kelly has lost, because Ben has not shown he can do anything better than Josh Kelly, and he definitely cannot beat David Adesanya. But absolutely not. You wouldn't put Ben in with Adesanya. You definitely wouldn't do that. That's fast tracking him to hell. If you hate Conor Benn, you stick him in with Adesanya, and Ben knows it himself. Adesanya can punch, he can take a shot. He's savage, Adesanya. That's just a guy who's too experienced, too crafty, knows too much, and just set about Conor Benn. So Benn versus Cully is a good fight. I think he's ranked number 2 in Britain at the moment. So that's a good fight to have. Let's see him fight some guys in the welterweight division in Britain. I don't want to hear his name being mentioned with Terence Crawford and Sean Porter and Kell. Even a fight between him and Kell Brook is an interesting fight. Having said that, I'm hearing a story. I keep hearing this story going about Kell Brook fighting Chris Eubank Jr. I sincerely hope that that's not true. And I sincerely hope that fight never happens. But coming back to Conor Benn, let's see him fight at British level, clean up at British level, then move on to Commonwealth, European level, and then move to world level. Why is this man being pushed into world class already? For what reason? Who are these people making these managerial decisions? Is it for TV that he becomes a pay-per-view star? What's the reason behind it? You know what I mean? And when are these fighters going to learn the lesson? When are these fighters going to say, I've seen this guy get fast track, I've seen this guy get fast track, I've seen this guy get fast track to hell, and they get battered, they get beaten up, and then they're coming back fighting at domestic level, and they never make it a world level. When are we going to learn the lesson? When are we going to learn about fighters? So we're going to call this one Ben Watch, and we'll see what happens with Conor Benn. So that's my thoughts on Conor Benn. I wish him all the best. He's a good fighter, a good young fighter that wants to give his all to the sport, very passionate about the sport, a likable young man outside the ring. I just think they need to look after Conor Benn because they've not been looking after fighters. They're getting paid, they're not being looked after. And somebody's got to say to these fighters, look, you're not ready to fight at this level. No matter what the promoter's telling you, you're not ready for this level. They're just looking to take money off you. You're just another body on the conveyor belt. Forget the fans. They're not fighting for you. The loyal ones will stick by you anyway. Most fans are fickle. Get your head down. Learn your trade properly. Get the right fights. Pick the right fights. Get the good victories. Train hard. Eat hard. Work well. Love your family. And go on. Go about your business. You understand? That's my message to Conor Benn. Don't get caught up in the hype, my friend. And certainly don't get pushed into these fights you don't need to be in. Really, no need. It's not like you've had an Olympic gold medalist, and because even as an Olympic gold medalist and a champion, heavyweight champion of the world, you still get put in fights you shouldn't be put in and get beat. You understand? So you're not different, Conor. They'll do the same thing to you if you allow them. So my suggestion to you, my friend, is take your time, learn your trade, improving your defense, not have so much your punching power and how hard you can punch a guy. Learn your defense, because if Cedric Payard is anything to say, is anything to go by, and he can't punch, imagine if you do get in with a guy who can really crack. It could take one punch and it'll be all over. You understand? So when you don't have a chin that's reliable, you need to have a defense that's more than reliable. So don't say I didn't already say it. I'm out here. Thanks for watching. This is BWTM Sports. Good luck, Conor Benn.